Good morning, everyone. Good morning to everyone. It is Thriving Thursday. Y'all come on in this morning. Yeah, okay, let's see. Good morning to everyone. Happy Thursday to you. Happy Thursday to everyone. Happy Thriving Thursday. It is a great day. It's going to be a great day. We're expecting a great day. We're going to make it a great day. We're going to make it a great day. Good morning, Dwight. Good morning, Sharonda. Mother Chambers. Patricia Danzy. Good morning. Good morning. Good morning, Hugh Ivy. Good morning, Renee George. Val, good morning. Deborah, good morning. Felicia Claiborne, good morning. Elder Yvonne. Good morning, Shannon. Yeah, y'all come on in. Good morning. Happy Thursday. Well, it's that time. It's time to do it again. Let's take a look outside, get a look out of our window, take a peek, get you a full look, whatever you need. Find some way to look outside. Tell me what you're going to see when you look out there. Come on, tell me what you're going to find when you look out there. Good morning, family. Brenda Ashford, Elder Watson. Good morning, Tanine. Good morning. Timo, good morning. Hey, family, how y'all doing? Come on, tell me what you're going to see when you look outside. When you look out there, what are you going to find? What is it looking like out there? Good morning, Miss Cheryl. Good morning, Mother Esther. Tim, good morning. What are you going to find out there? You're going to find that it is a brand new day. That's simple. It's just a brand new day. What does that mean? It means that whatever happened yesterday that was, just crazy that you didn't like, yesterday's over. It's in the past. You have an opportunity today to turn that day around for the better, for the good. What does that mean? That if you had a great day yesterday, fantastic day yesterday, today is another opportunity to take it even higher, to make it even better. It is a brand new day. It's a brand new day. So don't sweat the small stuff. Don't sweat yesterday. Can't do nothing about it. But what you can do today is seize today, make the most of today, and make it a great day, right? So it is a brand new day. That's right. Yeah, y'all put it in there. It's a brand new day. I'm not worrying about nothing that happened in the past. It's behind me. I'm looking ahead because it's a brand new day. So to everybody, I say good morning. We get another chance. We get another opportunity to make the best of it, right? To make the best of it, right? So we're talking about how God assumes full responsibility for our needs when we obey him, right? So we've walked through how, it can be really difficult when you're going through something and, you feel like, God can do it. But the question is, will he do it for you? God can deliver. God can heal. He can set free. He can provide for needs. But the question is, will he do it in my case? Will I see the salvation of the Lord? Right? And for us, that can be difficult, especially the longer you walk with God, the more you live, the more you go through. It can be challenging to continue to have a strong faith in God when life seems to just be throwing its worst at you, right? So we're going to look today at Exodus 16. Exodus 16 is talking about our friends, the Israelites, right? God's chosen people, right? They have been through so much. They have been through captivity. They've been through Egyptian bondage. They have gone through plagues. They have been through a lot, right? They are a great example of how it can be so difficult the longer you're walking with God, the more you know about God, how if you're not careful to keep feeding your faith and starving your doubt, how you can lose sight quickly of God and his promises, how you can lose sight quickly of the fact that God is ready, willing, and able to meet your needs as long as you obey him. So our text, our book today outlines that in Exodus 16, verses 1 through 16, we see the Israelites, this is after they've been led out of Egypt, the Israelites are complaining about their lack of food, wishing they were back in slavery where they at least had food. Isn't that something, how they believe God enough to deliver them? They believe God enough to bring them out of slavery, yet they don't believe he can provide for them now that they've been free. How is it that we can go from believing that God will get us out of tough situations, get us out of negative situations, but then we don't think God can sustain us after? This is why we have to realize that we must keep our eyes set on Christ. We must remain obedient and faithful throughout our tough seasons, right? Our author, Charles Stanley, says God is faithful and does not change. In this one truth, we find our reason for hope and unwavering confidence. That's it. You can trust in God and have unwavering faith and hope and confidence because God does not change. This is the same God that delivered them out of Egypt in the first place. So that means this will be the same God that brought them out will provide for them in their new season of freedom, will provide for them in their new way of life. The same God will provide for them and make sure that they have every need met, right? So the book asks us, which needs of the Israelites had God assumed the responsibility to meet after delivering them from Egypt? And this is found in Exodus 16, verses 4 and 12, right? We see that God had provided food. He said he would rain down bread from heaven, right? He said they would get bread in the morning, and he said in the evening they would get meat, right? Right? So this is food. This is a basic need. They need food to survive. The instruction was to gather only enough for that day. Whenever God provides provision, it will always come with a test to see how well you can follow instructions, right? Which means God's going to he'll provide a little bit, and then he'll provide a test to see how much more you can handle. So God may give you a raise on your job to see, are you going to tithe off your increase? Then, as much as you're asking for that more, I want a promotion, I want another raise, God is only going to take you as high as your test proves you can handle. This is a major principle. God deals off of obedience to instruction. Remember, I've been telling you all week, your obedience is what gives God access to your life. The higher you go in your obedience, the greater level of access you give God. So if you invite God into your finances through the obedience of the tithe, right? Talking about giving. If you invite God into your finances through the obedience of the tithe, through the obedience of the offering, you will see greater access in your life. So you may start at one level, and once God sees that you are faithful and obedient at that level, he knows he can trust you with more, right? This is what he's trying to test the Israelites with. He knows they're in bondage. He knows they need food. So he gives them an instruction. I'm going to provide bread by day, meat by night. I'm going to rain it down from heaven. It's going to be fresh every day. Give us this day our daily bread. What you're going to need for this day, I'm going to make sure you have. But the instruction is gather only enough for that day. So don't get greedy. Don't try to store it up, because what he's trying to show them is I'm your daily source. I'm your daily provision. So if you try to hoard it and store it up, it's going to spoil. What happens to anything that you buy and keep too long? It spoils. If I buy some milk today and try to come back 3 weeks later, it's going to be a spoiled product. Which means we have to take advantage of what God provides. He says, this is your daily bread. Make the most of your daily bread, because it won't hold you for tomorrow, because you have to be able in such a place where you depend on me so much that you seek me for what you need every day. That's what God's trying to teach us. You have to be in such obedience with me that you trust me for your source and your substance every single day. That you don't try to take matters into your own hands and hoard and stock up, because you know God shall provide, right? All my need. Question number 2, let's read Exodus 17, 1-7. How did God show the Israelites that he would meet their needs while they were in the wilderness? So he had already showed them in Exodus 16, you're complaining about being hungry. He gives them bread by day. He gives them meat by night. Then a chapter later in Exodus 17, he continues to show them that he's going to meet their needs. He provides water by instructing Moses to strike a rock. He's doing the miraculous. He's defying earthly principles. He's intervening based off of his willingness to provide. God is able. He's able. He's not incapable of providing. He wants to provide. He's ready to provide. But again, we've got to be in obedience. So God continues to provide for Israel, even though they still doubt him. And that's really speaks to the faithfulness of God, because we all have moments of doubt. We all have moments where we lose faith. We all have, oh, ye of little faith moments. But God is still loving enough to continue to provide for us, right? But we got to learn to trust that he is our daily source. Put that in the comments. God is my daily source. He's my all in all, everything I need and more. He is my daily source. I look to God daily for whatever I may need, right? Question 3 says, by this time, the Israelites had seen God miraculously provide them with water at Marah. That's Exodus 15. And they had feasted on quail and manna. What should have been their attitude toward God by now? They should be grateful. They should have faith. They should trust him, right? But what is their response instead? We see in verses 3 and 17 that they have forgotten that God had provided for them. They're grumbling and they're complaining. They quarreled and they tested God. Can you imagine having seen God provide? Can you imagine having seen God literally cause water to come from a rock, literally rain down manna and quail from heaven, and you are testing him? You still don't believe him? They say, is the Lord among us or not? They're quarreling and testing against God, right? In what ways do these stories show the Israelites were not focused on God or trusting him to meet their needs? What does it say about God that he didn't punish the people for their first couple of doubt-fueled panics, right? What it shows us is that they weren't focused, right? They weren't focused because they complained rather than relying on their past experiences and faith, right? It wasn't that God was even asking them to blindly trust him in this point. He had proven to them that he would provide for them daily. There was not a day that manna did not come down. There was not a day that quail did not come down. There was not a day when they asked for water. He caused water to come out of rock. But they didn't even believe what they had seen. They didn't even believe their previous experiences with him, right? But even in that, God is still gracious. He's still faithful to say, I know they're going through a lot. I'm going to give them some grace. I'm going to give them another chance to trust me, right? So even in our doubting moments, God is still faithful to give us a chance to really understand who he is, right? Let's look at today. Go out through today and find ways where you can align your will with God's and focusing your life on him. Think about some proven past experiences. Think about some things that God has shown himself faithful and recall that to your mind. Bible says, this I recall to my mind, and therefore I have hope. It's because of the Lord's mercies we are not consumed. They are new every morning. Great is his faithfulness. You've got to learn how to recall some things to your mind when you're feeling like you can't make it, when you're feeling like you're about to let go, when you feel like you're about to give up. Recall some things to your mind, and therefore you will have hope. I want to leave you with Ephesians 5 and 17. It says, therefore do not be unwise, but understand what the will of the Lord is. That's how we're going to make it. That's how we're going to see provision. We have to line our lives up with the will of God concerning us. So find a way today to seek to align your life with the will of God. Ask God what his will is for your life, and you're going to see his best be realized in real time. Listen, that's our time for today. We're going to close it all out tomorrow. I'm enjoying my time with you all. And remember, God's going to provide. But you got to find ways to make sure you're obedient and line your life up completely and totally with God. And he's going to come in and show you that he's still the God who provides, even in the wilderness. Love y'all. Take care.